Welcome back, PC World fans, and we've survived another week. And if you've missed some of the biggest news from around the PC world, then I've got you covered as always. This week has been an interesting one because of the launch of Windows 11. Make sure you check out PCWorld.com for a massive amount of in-depth coverage to help you better navigate the waters of the new operating system. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Valve ripping the cover off of the Steam Deck to show us what it's made of, how Windows 11 and Ryzen aren't playing too nicely together, and what makes that worse is Intel CEO is saying, "It's over, AMD." Now that the intro's over, let's dive right in. Everyone loves a good teardown. If you don't believe me, just ask the team over at Gamers Nexus. But Steve's own teardown of the upcoming Steam Deck from Valve will have to wait until its release. For the time being, we have been given a good look at what's inside the casing thanks to Valve itself. The company has posted its very own teardown of the Steam Deck, and with over 600,000 views at the time of recording this video, it's clear that people are very interested in it. Valve kicked the video off by being very clear that while you can open it up, they don't recommend it. They state emphatically that everything was designed specifically for this system, and while they don't encourage disassembly, they wanted to show us all of the magic behind the curtain. If their goal was to keep people from cracking open the case, then this was a pretty smart way to do it. By doing this, Valve are able to give something to those who just want to know what it looks like inside, and for those more adventurous, they'll have a template to follow so that they're less likely to damage something. Good show, Valve. Thanks for that. In other news, it sounds like Windows 11 is off to a rocky start for Ryzen owners, at least in gaming scenarios. There are reports of up to 10 to 15% performance hit, as well as the operating system not utilizing AMD's preferred core technology. The good thing is, a fix is in the works, and supposedly the slowdown in gaming is because of an issue with the L3 cache usage in Windows 11 that can increase latency to that level by upwards of 3 times. It makes sense that it would heavily impact gaming. You didn't think AMD called it game cache for nothing, did you? Well, the other issue surrounding the preferred core features simply means that the operating system is not prioritizing the most performant core. This would mean a little bit less noticeable than the L3 cache issue, but it still can hinder performance in Windows 11. While there's no definitive timeline for the fix, I'm certain AMD is hoping to have it ready before Intel's Alder Lake launch. And while we're on the topic of unreleased hardware for a moment, I have to bring up the latest info on the reporting that Geekbench would be preventing postings of pre-release hardware. Now, this is a big deal because Geekbench is, unfortunately for itself, a source of many early numbers on upcoming CPU launches. But according to the tweet by BenchLeaks, it appears that all engineering samples, qualification samples, and retail hardware not available for sale would be blocked from posting to their database. But according to John Poole, president of Primate Labs, which is responsible for Geekbench, they've informed PC World that the policy is old. It's just the warning that's new. That said, it's not a hard and fast rule, but more of a guideline. Long and short, the leak party isn't over for those who love to follow it, and that's exciting for some as we approach the yet-to-be-revealed release window of Intel's 12th Gen Alder Lake lineup. Speaking of Intel, CEO Pat Gelsinger brought some praise along with a firm warning to its competitor. Confident in Intel's next launch cycle, which includes the 12th Gen Alder Lake lineup as well as Sapphire Rapids, he said that AMD's time in the limelight is over. While he acknowledged that AMD has done a solid job over the past couple of years and has done some good work, that ends with Alder Lake and Sapphire Rapids. The CPU race is certainly about to get heated, and Gelsinger went on to say in an interview with Computer Reseller News' Dylan Martin, "Intel is back, and these are the best products in their category. We have the best supply situation, and we have the best quality software assets. The most respected, venerable technology brand in the industry. Yeah, that's what our channel readers need to be delivering to their customers." Well, if you want to check out the full interview, you'll find that one linked down in the description. Well, that definitely escalated quickly this week as the near future is looking quite promising for PC lovers. We finally get to see inside the Valve Steam Deck, so we won't have to worry about breaking our own. AMD has some work to do with fixing L3 cache and preferred core situation within Windows 11, and Intel CEO signals that AMD's time to shine is over. Well, folks, if you enjoyed this week's roundup of news, let me know by hitting the thumbs up and making sure you're subscribed here at PC World for even more hardware goodness.